Microsoft is expected to announce their latest earnings around the 26th of October. The IT company is already up 36.6% this year. But can it go further up? Microsoft hit an all-time high of $366.78 in July, and since then, the stock has corrected a bit, falling down to $310 over the last few weeks. Can their latest earnings push the price back up? Let's take a look. The current expectation for Microsoft is an EPS of $2.65 and revenue of $54.53 billion. These expectations have been mainly revised up in the last 90 days, with 21 upward revisions and 4 downward revisions. However, the full year expectations have drifted down, only 14 revisions up, with 20 revisions down. What this tells us is that investors aren't really sure what to expect. That makes sense because we have the high interest rates, there is uncertainty around what the Federal Reserve is going to do. Basically, it really can go either way. Before 2022, Microsoft had been on a very good earnings streak, with at least 15 consecutive earnings wins and 13 consecutive revenue beats. Microsoft then had 3 quarters of mixed results, before having another 2 earnings and revenue surprises. Personally, I am expecting an earnings beat, simply because it seems like AI is really picking up for Microsoft. It looks like Microsoft is working on its own AI chip, which they will introduce next month. This will not only reduce costs, but it will also enable Microsoft to take more control of its supply chain. That means less reliance on third parties, which is obviously bad news for Nvidia. It does mean that Microsoft will have the opportunity to generate a lot more revenue, although we obviously need to see how this introduction goes first. OpenAI, of which Microsoft owns 50%, is also looking at creating their own AI chips, although this is still set for the future. Introducing the AI chip will also make Microsoft a lot more competitive with the likes of Amazon and Google, 2 of its biggest cloud competitors. Microsoft is also looking at closing the Activision deal on Friday the 13th of October. Bad choice for a date, honestly. I hope Jason isn't around to mess this up. On the bright side, this could give a hefty bump to Microsoft's Xbox business. Obviously, it will take a while for the deal to have an effect on their top and bottom lines. There will definitely be some extra costs around this acquisition as well, but it's another way for Microsoft to continue growing. After all, back in June, the CEO of Microsoft, Satya Nadella, set a goal of $500 billion in revenue by 2030, and it looks like he plans on delivering. Now, in terms of stock price, what could we expect to see after Microsoft release earnings? When I last talked about Microsoft at the start of June, the stock was trading for about $340, and that seemed expensive to me. Today, they sit at $327.26. That still seems expensive to me. The forward PE is 30, the PEG ratio is 2.34, and honestly, this is just too high for a company that is worth $2.43 trillion. I know that Microsoft has ambitious goal for the future, and I like that, but right now it seems like the risk does not outweigh the potential reward. It feels like the company is priced for perfection, and I wonder how long they will keep growing at this rate. If we take a look at their price to cash flow ratio, we can see that this is trading at a really high level for Microsoft. We can say the same thing for the trailing price to earnings. I don't usually use trailing GAAP PE ratios, but I can't find the historical forward PE anywhere. Given the last price action, it looks like the stock price of Microsoft is building a resistance level at around $310, with the next resistance level sitting at about $290, followed by $275 here. Personally, I think buying somewhere between $275 and $290 makes a lot more sense, but even then it feels like it would be a bit pricey. Despite this, Wall Street analysts are setting their price targets between $298 and $440, with the average consensus sitting at $393, which gives us about 20% upside. They are definitely not seeing the price dropping anytime soon, and it makes me wonder how much of this is because of the AI hype. So, in conclusion, there are 3 ways Microsoft's stock price can go. 1. There is a massive earnings and revenue beat, increased guidance, and the price rallies up to $360 or $370, setting a bullish trend. 2, and probably the most likely scenario, there is a very tiny earnings and revenue beat, in which case I don't think we will see a big movement in price. Finally, we could see mixed earnings and the price could drop to $310 again, or if it continues further down, to somewhere about $290. What do you think? What are we going to see from Microsoft at the next earnings release? Let me know in the comments below, and please leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one.